Hello, I'm Heather from The Reading Mama, and today I'm going to share with you a quick what I'm currently reading. It seems insane because I'm currently in the middle of 10 books, which I know a lot of people can't do. And I'm with you. There are some times where I have a book and I just have to sit and read it all. And other times I jump around because I'm a mood reader. But let me share some of what I've got going on. So I have some what do you call it, nonfiction. I'm trying to finish this one this week, America and Vietnam. Really good. It's a book I'm reading for my kids for school. My oldest in high school is reading it, but I also did not get very much about America and Vietnam and really anything past World War II in high school and college history classes. And so I am learning along with my kids, and this has been a really great book, very eye-opening, very horrifying, but really good. And I love that the author takes both viewpoints. Like he really tries to see it from both sides as much as possible, and uses a lot of primary sources that he cites and uses throughout. And so I'm enjoying that nonfiction. Then I have several other nonfictions, and I actually have 4 that I'm trying to work through that I call my mother's education. I'll do a whole other video on that. But I'm only working through 2 of them right now. And basically what that means is I aim for at least 1 chapter in those books a week because I want to read them slow so that I can absorb what I'm reading. But also, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I have to absorb it, and then sometimes I just am not in the mood for it. One is that I'm reading Risen Motherhood, and I actually just read a chapter or 2 of this during Sunday school because in Sunday schools at church, I'm in the nursery with my infant. And so rather than, since I can't hear a Sunday school class, this is what I'm reading along with some scriptures. And so I'm reading through this. I'm enjoying it so far. It's just been very introductory, but really trying to see how you can apply gospel truths to your everyday motherhood things, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm also reading 1 to 2 chapters of this a week, mostly because it's so good. I really love Tristan Gooley's writing. My oldest is reading another one of his books. This one's about weather. We're going to be studying weather next year again for our homeschool. And so I wanted to try to read things that my kids are going to be studying so that, not only am I knowledgeable about it, but, I'm still learning with them. But this is really interesting. I really love, it's hard to encompass all the things that he's throwing at me. And I realize that that's okay. I don't need to be the world's best, storm spotter, sky watcher, whatever. But I'm enjoying learning a little bit about whys and hows again. And then I don't know, I'm just really enjoying it. He has a really nice way of writing that is humorous and fun, and you don't feel like you're just being bogged down. Even though it's a big book, you fly through a chapter, and I'm really enjoying this one. So those are my nonfictions that I'm going through. Then because I am trying to read through a whole bunch of different King Arthurs, I started this week Le Morte d'Arthur. For the longest time, I thought this was a translation, and it kind of is. But yeah, this is, I don't know. I don't like introductions. I skipped the introduction by the most recent person to do it, and I read the preface, the original preface that came with the book, Caxton's. Because I don't know, it's from 1485, so the writing's weird. Syntax is kind of strange. They've changed like spelling and things like that. They make it so that you can read it. They're very short chapters, and I'm a little concerned already because it went chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 4. Maybe a printing thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing chapter 3. But it's going to give me like little snippets of King Arthur's life. But I'm a little disappointed because in the preface, it explained that there's 2 volumes. And there's like 21 books through the volumes. And it looks like the last half of volume 2 is more of the stories I was hoping to get into, the Lancelot and Guinevere and Sir Gawain and Sir Kay and all of those. And this is all the introductory things. But that's okay because the very first chapter is all about Uther Pendragon and started introducing Merlin. And so I'm enjoying it. I think this is actually going to be a quicker read than I thought because it has those short chapters. So I'm excited to get into that. Another one that I'm reading, again, just trying to aim for a chapter a week. If I can do more, great, is Grimm's Fairy Tales. I've not read this version since I've owned it. I read Grimm's Fairy Tales as a kid, but so they're weird and I love it. I'm getting ready to read The 12 Dancing Princesses, which is good because I need a refresher. I'm not very familiar with that one. But I'm reading those slow. I'm reading them slow and enjoying them along the way. And then my guilty pleasure books, the books that I am turning to, like when I'm really in the mood to read, are my audiobook. Currently going is the Long Walk Home. I'm not sure. I'll put a picture by Marcus Brotherton and Tosca Lee. And it is gritty and it is gruesome and it is horrifying and it is wonderful because we're following 3 young men from Alabama and their experience in the Bhutan Death March and camp in the Philippines during Japanese occupation. It's historical fiction, but I'm loving it. But it is gritty and it is gruesome and it is like, it gets my anxiety up. So that's a great audiobook I'm enjoying. I'm also got 2 ebooks that I'm reading, and one is Dust. I'm trying to read, and I forget who the author is. It's by Enclave Publishing. It's a Peter Pan retelling, and I started and it was really interesting, but then a whole bunch of other books came in and it kind of got buried. So I'm hoping to get back to that ebook. But also I am reading a digital arc from Erin Phillips of The Hunt for Calypso, which is book 2 in her Grimoire and Keys series, and it is phenomenal. I'm about 11 chapters in and really enjoying the story of I don't want to give it away. So read the first book, The Betrayal of Eden. The whole 3-book series is supposed to be a retelling of Count of Monte Cristo. I only know what's going on from the movies. I'm hopefully going to, I'm going to tackle Count of Monte Cristo this year. That's one of my goals now. But I'm really loving this continuation of the Grimoire Keys series because at the end of the first book, it was like major cliffhanger and we pick up and it's just, I'm still kind of like, it's in that world building, okay, 3 years have passed and here's all the things that are going on and I'm trying to figure out where everything is. And so, yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. And then I just got it in the mail today, so I am going to be picking up my next Sanderson because I'm trying to have a Sanderson just constantly going on rotation for me. I did also get the audiobook for this on Libby this week, so I might listen to it, but I think I'm going to read it with my eyeballs. There's just something different about reading it with your eyeballs. Brandon Sanderson writes a lot of books, and so I go slow, and I think it took me about 6 months to read Mistborn, which is 3 books, because it's his writing generally for me is I have to have like slate away 30 minutes to an hour. They're not dying. It's okay. They're all fine. But I have to slate away because I need to immerse myself in the world. And then once I'm there, I'm hooked, but it takes me a little bit to get back into the story every time. I don't know if Warbreaker will be the same or not. It's part of the Cosmere. That's really all I know about it. I'm not a fan of this, a super fan of this cover, but the other covers were more expensive and almost impossible to find. So yeah. So I'm hoping to read a little bit of that. And then I'm ready to finally read my travel through time book, which is going to be Pearl in the Sand, a novel by Tessa Afshar, which is a Rahab retelling, biblical time retelling. And so, yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. I actually did start it, but then all of my fantasy novels kind of like hit points where I couldn't put them down. So I read all those and a whole bunch of other books because I think I've read 13 books so far this month. So right now I'm in the middle of 10. We'll see if I finish those ones. I know I'm not going to finish the nonfiction before the end of the month. But some of my fiction ones, I'm not going to finish Sanderson before the end of the month because I'll finish this one before the end of the month. The other ones will probably carry over. But this is what I do. I mood read. It depends what I feel like reading. I pick it up and I just, once I get hooked, I'll devour it. But sometimes I just like to cherry pick it. I have a lot of kids. I have 8 kids, so I get interrupted reading a lot. And so it helps me to have options based on whatever I'm doing. Like if I'm late night feeding a baby, then it's probably going to be an ebook or an audiobook. If I'm driving, obviously it's an audiobook. If I'm out and about, I might have a physical book. Just because I don't like to read ebooks in public because I feel like people think I'm just looking at scrolling on my phone and I'm actually reading, and I don't know why that judgment bothers me. And so I like to have a physical book, but also for my kids, I like them to see me reading physical books, which is why I do that. And I love physical books. I really do love it, but I'm not going to lie. The ebooks in the middle of the night where I don't have to turn on light, those are pretty handy. But sometimes you just need a physical copy. So that's how I mood read. That's how I read 10 books at a time, and it may be psychotic. Let me know in the comments below. I'm reading through multiple things at the same time, or are you more a one and then I move on kind of person? Or are you somewhere in between? Because 10 is a bit extreme. I'm not gonna lie. 10 is a lot of books to be in the middle of. So let me know what way you like to read, and thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.